Hello and welcome to Rain's Kitchen and Garden. My name is Rain. Today I'm making holiday goodies. I'm making rum balls. Let me show you how. Let's make our delicious rum balls. The first thing that I did was I preheated my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 180 degrees Celsius and gas mark 4. And I've greased my 9 by 13 inch or 33 by 22 centimeter pan with unsalted butter. Basically, you're making a brownie, so that'll give you an idea of what type of pan you want to use. All right. And in this bowl, I've got some butter and I've got some chocolate. This is a heat-proof bowl because it's going in the microwave. I have 3/4 cups of unsalted butter, that's about 143 grams, and I have 6 ounces of dark chocolate, and I broke it all up into pieces. That's about 170 grams. I want to melt this, so I'm putting it into the microwave in increments of 30 seconds, and I'm stopping it every 30 seconds, and I'm going to stir it with my spatula, just to make sure that everything melts evenly. You want to stop the process when the chocolate is melted because you don't want to burn your chocolate. If you don't want to use your microwave, you could use a double boiler for this step. Look at this delicious looking chocolate sauce. Oh my goodness. I would love to just take a spoon and start eating this, but I will save it for the rum balls. Basically, this took 1.5 minutes in my microwave. Every microwave is different, but it's a nice sauce now. So I'm going to put that aside and let that cool just slightly while I prepare the other ingredients. So in a larger bowl, I'm going to put 3 large eggs. And I have here 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar, that's about 120 grams. I have some vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon that is, or 6 grams. And I have some salt, 1/2 teaspoon or 5 grams. I'm going to whisk all that up, break up those eggs. Okay, that looks pretty whisked up. It's hard to say. Now I'm going to very, very slowly drizzle in my chocolate sauce as I'm whisking constantly because I don't want the eggs to scramble. If you put some hot liquid into eggs, they will cook the eggs because eggs are so delicate. That's why we have to drizzle. This is called tempering the eggs, by the way. When you drizzle hot liquid into an egg mixture, it's called tempering the egg mixture. That way the egg is getting used to the heat and it's not going to cook. And then you can just pour the whole thing in after you've gotten most of it in. All right. Just going to take my spatula and get all of that chocolate sauce out of there. I'm done with my whisk now. I'm already making a little mess. Little chocolate drops on my counter. Some people have asked me, can I use milk chocolate with this? I would not suggest using milk chocolate because you have lots of brown sugar in there, and I think it would make it way too sweet, like sickeningly sweet. Just gonna wipe this down here because I'm a little picky about that. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is add some all-purpose flour. I have 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, that's 90 grams, and I'm going to fold that in. To fold, this is what you do. You're folding it. Mixing is going like this. Folding it is just folding it in. Almost turning it over like this, you see? And the reason we fold is because we want our ingredients not to be mixed around too much because they may be delicate ingredients. or we just want things incorporated, just incorporated, not, you know, blended and mixed and beat together, just incorporated. And that's what we want for our brownie here. So I'm gently folding that, and I'm scraping the sides down to make sure all the flour gets incorporated. And I'm scraping the bottom too. As you scrape the bottom, you can see the bottom of the bowl. You see? That shows you if there's any flour stuck at the bottom. When you don't see any flour anymore, then you can stop folding. There's some at the bottom there that I didn't get. There we go. Okay, that's all folded in. All right, now I'm going to pour that into my prepared pan. Let's get all that batter in there. All right, and I'm going to even it out with my spatula. It's going to be quite thin. Okay, make sure that's all nice and even. Wonderful. Now that's going to go into the oven for anywhere from 10 to 18 minutes. You want the top to be shiny like a brownie, and when you insert a toothpick, it's going to come out with some crumbs. The time is going to vary according to your oven and the type of pan you used. My brownie has been in the oven for 18 minutes. I took it out at the 12-minute mark to check it, and it wasn't cooked on top at all. So I'm just sticking in my toothpick, and there's a few crumbs on it, which is fine. That's exactly what I'm looking for. As long as there's not raw batter, then you're okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my pan on a wire rack, and I'm going to let that cool completely. I have a few things prepared here. I have a dish that I've lined with just wax paper. That's what I'm going to be putting the rum balls into. I also have a 1/3 cup of rum. That's about 85 mils. You can use whatever rum that you like. And I've got some of these chocolate sprinkles or jimmies, whatever you call them. This is to coat the rum ball. These are the ones that I really like because they're nice and crunchy. You could use so many toppings. You don't have to just use this one. You could use powdered sugar, you could use cinnamon, cocoa, you could use the colorful sprinkles and jimmies, you could use toasted coconut, crushed up pecans. Just think of any type of coating and you can use it pretty much on the rum balls. So I'm going to put this aside for now, and I've got a bowl here. My brownies have completely cooled, so what I'm going to do is just basically break them up with my hands. That's why I have my latex gloves on. I'm breaking it all up with my hands. I feel like eating one of these right now. But I will try to have self-control. Oops, sorry about the banging there. I have limited room here. I'm just scraping all that out, and into the bowl it goes. This recipe is supposed to make about 20 large rum balls, but I guess depending on what size you roll them, you'll have to see how many you get from this. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my rum. And mix that all together. Make sure you incorporate it very well, because the rum is basically wetting the brownie so that it will roll well and stick together, and so that the coating, whatever coating you choose, will stick on top of the rum ball. All right, see, look, if I go like this, I could make one giant rum ball. Maybe one day I'll do that. All right, so I've got my chocolate sprinkles here and my dish with crumbs all over it. And I'm going to make my rum balls. I don't know how big to make them. I make them maybe this big. So we'll see how many I get out of this. And when they're wet, that's the time to roll them into your toppings or your coatings. Okay, so you see? Now I'm putting that into my prepared dish. And I'm going to do this with all of my batter. Well, I managed to get 13 rum balls from this recipe. My dish only fits 12, so unfortunately I have one left that I'm just going to have to eat. I know, what can you do? It's all in the name of good baking. And for anyone who's interested out there, I went through one of these entire little 113 gram containers of, they're called imitation chocolate decors. Oh my goodness, imitation chocolate. They're still really nice and crunchy on top of the rum balls. Real chocolate would have been nice, but I'm not going to start getting picky about that. So I'm going to cover these and I'm going to put them in my fridge for a minimum of 2 hours so that they'll harden up a little bit. And then I'm going to taste them. These will keep in the fridge for up to 2 weeks in an airtight container, and they also store very well in the freezer for a couple of months. So if you want to make these for the holiday season, you can make them in November when things aren't so busy. I hope that you enjoyed this video, my friends. And if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you make rum balls, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I love reading your comments and I do reply to them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Rain's Kitchen and Garden. Bye.